A very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome back to the Civics second year class. Yesterday, we have started with your 11th chapter, that is India and the world. And we have discussed basic features of India's foreign policy. Basic features of India's foreign policy. Then we have also discussed the General Assembly, powers and functions of General Assembly. I told you the General Assembly, it is the legislative body of the UNO. It is the legislative body of the UNO. Today we will discuss another organ of UNO, that is Security Council. Security Council. Now the Security Council, it is the executive body of UN. It is executive body or organ of United Nations organization. So this is another important question. What is the composition of Security Council? And describe any two powers and functions of Security Council. It is like executive. See, I told you yesterday, UNO, I term it as government of the governments. So, General Assembly, yesterday we have discussed. General Assembly. It has got 193 member states. So, the word assembly itself, we can say it is something related to legislature. So, it has 193 member states. So, this General Assembly, it will pass all the resolutions of United Nations organization. Now, coming to the second organ, that is Security Council. So, it is like executive. It is like executive. So, today we will discuss the composition of Security Council. The Security Council, it consists of 15 members. Security Council has got 15 members. That means 15 countries are member of the Security Council. Okay. Out of those 15, 5 are permanent. 5 members are permanent and 10 members are non-permanent. So permanent means they are always the members of Security Council. Non-permanent means they change. So if you see United States of America, Russia, England, France and China. United States of America, Russia, England, France and China. These are the permanent members of Security Council. Okay, they are the permanent members of Security Council. Okay, and these 5 member countries, they enjoy veto power. So what is this word veto? Veto means to reject. Veto means to reject. So this 5 permanent nations of UNO, 5 permanent members of UNO, they have power to reject the legislations passed by the General Assembly. Okay, they can reject the laws or the resolutions passed by the General Assembly with this veto power. These 5 nations, that is America, Russia, England, France and China, these 5 nations have got veto power. Okay, now coming to the non-permanent members. Out of 15, 5 are permanent, 10 are non-permanent. So every 2 years, General Assembly will elect the non-permanent members. It is the General Assembly. Okay, the General Assembly which elects the non-permanent members for every 2 years. So every country, it enjoys the power or it enjoys the membership of Security Council for 2 years. See, in General Assembly, we have 193 member states. There are 193 nations as the members of General Assembly. They are representing, 193 countries. So every country will get the membership to the Security Council. So every 2 years, 10 countries are elected as the members of Security Council. So non-permanent members will have the following composition. So how these non-permanent members are elected? So 5 members, they are elected from Afro-Asian countries. Okay. So 5 members, they are from African and Asian countries. Like that is Africa and Asia, these 2 continents. 5 members are representing 2 continents, that is Africa and Asia. 1 member is from West Europe and 1 member is from East Europe and 1 member is from Latin America and 2 members, they belong to other nations. See how these 10 members are elected, how they are representing. Okay, 5 countries, 5 members, they are representing the countries of Africa and Asia. Asian and African countries, they have, they will send 5 members. Then you will have 1 member from West Europe, 1 member from East Europe, 1 member from Latin America. And 2 members, they belong to the other nations. Now, who will head this Security Council? Who will be the president of Security Council? Okay, the presidency of Security Council is held by member states for 2 months. For 2 months, see, we have 15 members. So every 2 months, the presidency is held by a state, one state. Okay, in the alphabetical order. Okay, in the alphabetical orders of the names of those states, the presidency is held for 2 months. See, they are this non-permanent members, they are elected for the period of 2 years. So every state, okay, will hold the presidency for 2 months according to the alphabetical order of the name of that particular state. And this Security Council, it is assisted by the 3 standing committees. 3 standing committees, they assist this Security Council. So let us see the functions of Security Council. The main function, the important function of Security Council, it plays an important role in maintenance of international peace and security. See, what is the main function of the executive? It is maintaining law and order, right? Similarly, the Security Council, being the executive organ of UNO, the important function of Security Council is to maintain international peace and security. And it will work to settle international disputes peacefully. The international disputes, if there are any disputes between the nations, okay, that can be settled peacefully. So it is the responsibility of the Security Council to work to devise the solutions for the problems between the country. And it can make recommendations. It can make recommendations to General Assembly on amendment of the charter. So I told you what is charter. What is charter? It is nothing but it is like constitution of UN. Charter is nothing but the constitution of UNO. So you know the General Assembly alone has the power to amend the charter. So the Security Council can recommend the General Assembly for amendments to the charter of UNO. Like we know, legislature, it has a power to amend the constitution. Similarly, the charter of UNO can be amended by the constitution. But for amending the constitution, the executive advised the legislature. Similarly, here to amend the charter of UNO, the executive may recommend the General Assembly. Okay. What is General Assembly? It is the executive organ of UNO. It has 15 members. 5 members are permanent members. 10 members are non-permanent members. So what are the 5 permanent nations of UNO? United States of America, Russia, England, France, and China. And all these 5 permanent members, they enjoy veto power. What is veto power? Power to reject. So they can reject the resolutions passed by the General Assembly. And 10 non-permanent members, they are elected by the General Assembly. The General Assembly will elect 10 non-permanent members every 2 years. And if you see the composition of these 10 non-permanent members, they are representing, how they are representing. Okay, 5 countries from African and Asian continents, that is Afro-Asian countries, then 1 member from the West Europe, 1 member from the East Europe, 1 member from Latin America, and 2 members from other nations. And they will hold the presidency for 2 months. That means every 2 months, the presidency is passed on to the other states according to the alphabetical order of the name of the states. And this Security Council, it is assisted by 3 standing committees. So the main function of Security Council is maintenance of international peace and security, to settle the international disputes peacefully, and to recommend General Assembly for the amendment of the Charter of UNO. So it's a very simple answer. Okay. We'll move to the next question. Powers and functions of Secretary General. Okay. What are the powers and functions of the Secretary General? Now, the Secretariat, it is another organ of the UNO. It is the administrative organ of UNO. Okay, Secretariat is the administrative organ of UNO, and the Secretariat is headed by Secretary General. The Secretariat, it is headed by Secretary General. What is Secretariat? It is the organ of UNO which looks into the administration. Okay, which looks into the administration. And the Secretary General is elected by the General Assembly. The General Assembly of UNO will elect the Secretary General for the period of 5 years. For the period of 5 years. And who is the present Secretary General of UNO? Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres, he is the present Secretary of General Assembly. And he is eligible for re-election. He can be re-elected for another 5 years. Okay. So what is Secretariat? It is the administrative organ of UNO. Okay. And this Secretariat is headed by the Secretary General. And the Secretary General is elected by the General Assembly for 5 years. And Antonio Guterres is the present Secretary General. You will get a question for 2 marks. Who is the present Secretary General of UNO? Just one name. Antonio Guterres, remember this one name and write in a sentence that Antonio Guterres is the present Secretary General of UNO and he is elected for the period of 5 years by General Assembly. That's it. You will get 2 marks. Okay. So let us see the functions of Secretary General. So if there is any matter, okay, related to, peace and security, which is threatening the peace and security, then such matters are brought into notice of General Assembly and Security Council by Secretary General. It is the Secretary General who brings to the attention of General Assembly and Security Council all the matters which threaten the international peace and security. If there is any matter, okay, which is threatening the international peace and security, that is brought to the notice of General Assembly and Security Council by Secretary General. Then he prepares the annual budget of UNO. I told you UNO has its own budget. That budget is prepared by the Secretary General and it is approved by the General Assembly. So Secretary General, he prepares, he is the administrative head, right? So he prepares the annual budget of UNO. If at all a special session has to be conducted, so he will summon, he will inform the General Assembly for special sessions. He will summon the special sessions of General Assembly. Okay, so what is this Secretary General doing? He is, looking that if there is any threat to the security or international peace, then he will summon he will bring that issue to the notice of General Assembly and Security Council. Then he will prepare the budget of UNO and he summons the special sessions of General Assembly. And he acts as registering authority. Okay, when there is an agreement or treaty, okay, between 2 or more nations or international agreements, we can say, whenever there is an international agreement or treaty between the nations, that agreement is done in front of this Secretary General, in front of the Secretary General. So he is the registering authority. Secretary General, he is the registering authority of all the treaties and international agreements. And it is his responsibility to supervise. It is his responsibility to supervise the activities of peacekeeping forces. Okay, to supervise the activities of peacekeeping forces. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this. Okay. So we have discussed 4 SAQs in this chapter: functions of General Assembly, functions of Security Council, features of India's foreign policy, features of India's foreign policy. Then we have also discussed about that is Secretariat, Secretary General. Secretariat is headed by Secretary General. We have discussed his functions, how he is elected. Okay. What is his tenure? Who is the present Secretary General? Antonio Guterres is the present Secretary General. So let us move with the very short answers. Okay, very short answers. So first one is, how many countries took membership in General Assembly? So when I started this chapter, I told you that there are 193 member states. Okay. So this General Assembly, it is the legislative organ of UNO, and there are 193 member states in it. So this organization, it was started in 1945 after the failure of League of Nations. It was started with 50 members. Now at present, it has got 193 member states. Okay. Am I clear with the first question? Simple, 3 sentences. General Assembly, it is the legislative organ. It has got 193 member states in it. When it was started in 1945 with 50 members. Okay. Next. List out the main organs of UNO. List out the main organs of UNO. Now this United Nations Organization, it was established in 1945. In the previous question, I have told you, it was started in 1945 after the failure of League of Nations. So it has got 6 organs. Okay, basically it has got 6 organs. Okay, we will discuss each one of them. The first one is General Assembly. The first one is General Assembly. It is the legislative So General Assembly, it is the legislative organ. That means it makes all the laws for UN. It has got 193 countries. Okay. Then comes your Security Council. It is the executive organs. It is the executive organ. It has got 15 members. Okay. It has got 15 members. Then comes your Economic and Social Council, which works under the Security Council. Okay. Then you have Trusteeship Council. Now this Trusteeship Council, it was taking care of the trust territories. Now we don't have any trust territories. So this Trusteeship Council is not functioning. Now this Trusteeship Council is not functioning. Then we have International Court of Justice. It is the judiciary. It is the judiciary of UNO. Then the Secretariat, it is the administrative organ of UNO. So basically, if you see, it has got 6 organs, but only 5 are working now. Trusteeship Council is not working now because now we don't have any trust territories. All the countries have become independent. There are no trust territories. So there is no Trusteeship Council. It is not functioning. Okay. So what are the organs of UNO? General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, which is not functioning now. Then we have International Court of Justice and Secretariat. So General Assembly is the legislature, Security Council and the Economic Social Council, they are the executive organ. Judiciary, we have International Court of Justice, and Secretariat is the administrative organ. Only this 3 points, if you are writing, you will get 2 marks. organs of UNO. You can expect this question. The next question is, who is the present Secretary General of UNO? The Secretariat, that is the administrative organ of UNO, it is headed by the Secretary General. Okay, Antonio Guterres is the present Secretary General of UNO. Just now we have discussed about, Secretary General. So how is he elected? He is elected by General Assembly, and he is the head of the Secretariat. He is elected for the period of 5 years. Then next is, what is Panchsheel? Another repeated question for 2 marks. Okay, it is another repeated question. So what is Panchsheel? Panchsheel is an important feature of India's foreign policy. Okay, so Panchsheel means 5 principles. Panchsheel means 5 principles. So what are the 5 principles? Mutual respect for territorial integrity and sovereignty of the states. Then non-aggression, non-interference in the internal matters or affairs of other states, equality and mutual benefit, and peaceful coexistence. So these are the 5 principles. Okay, so with this we have completed your chapter. With this we have completed your chapter. So you will get 1 SAQ out of this 4. Okay. It's a very important chapter and easy one to learn. Okay. So with that, we have completed your 11th chapter. Now we will move to your 6th chapter. Your 6th chapter is local government. Your 6th chapter is local government. The weightage for this chapter is 9 marks. Okay, you will get 1 SAQ and 2 VSAQs from this chapter. So if you are learning these 3 questions, along with this, I'll give you 1 more question. But most important are these 3. And the best part is, if you are able to learn the first one, that is 73rd Amendment Act, then 74th Amendment Act and Telangana Panchayat Raj, they are similar, small changes. Okay. Then very short questions. You have 7 questions in this. If you are learning this 7, definitely you will get 2 questions out of this 7 questions. So let us start with the first question. The main provisions of 73rd Amendment Act 1992. See, in 1992, the local government got constituent status. Okay, it has got constitutional status. See, if we talk about local government, here we have two types. We have rural, that is your villages, and we have urban for cities. For urban, we have 74th Amendment Act. Urban local government, it has got constitutional amendment through 74th Amendment Act, and rural local government, it has got constitutional status in 73rd Amendment Act. So what is the 73rd Amendment Act? This 73rd Amendment Act, it added 11th schedule to the Constitution. If you remember in first chapter, when we discussed about the features of Indian Constitution, we have studied that Indian Constitution, it consists of 448 articles, 25 parts and 12 schedules. So the 11th schedule of Indian Constitution, it gives constitutional status to rural local government. It gave constitutional status to rural local government. Okay, then let us see what are the important provisions. What are the important provisions? First is Gram Sabha. See, when we say rural, it is related to villages. Okay, so Gram Sabha, every village was to have Gram Sabha. Every village shall have Gram Sabha, and this Gram Sabha, it will consist all the voters of the village. So Gram Sabha, it consists all the registered voters of the village. And the Constitution has adapted for uniform three-tier panchayat system should be advocated throughout the country. Like at village level, we have three levels here. Village level, we have village panchayat. At intermediary or block level, we say we have mandal parishad. And at district level, we have Zilla Parishad. Block level or mandal level, or you can also say intermediary level. Okay, village is the smallest unit of administration. Okay, above villages together will form one mandal, and few mandals together will form one Zilla or district. So for villages, we have village panchayat. For mandals, we have mandal parishad, and for districts, we have Zilla Parishad. Some seats are reserved for scheduled caste. Some seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Seats should be reserved in village panchayat. Only from some villages, only scheduled caste will contest the elections, scheduled tribes and women. Okay, seats are reserved for them. Okay, now coming to the duration of panchayat. The duration of panchayat is 5 years. So every 5 years, panchayat elections shall be held. Every 5 years, panchayat elections shall be held, and some seats are reserved for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and women. Okay. I hope these 4 points are clear to all of you. The first point, it says that there shall be a Gram Sabha for every village. There shall be a Gram Sabha. So what is Gram Sabha? Gram Sabha, it consists of all the registered voters of the village. It consists of all the registered voters. Then we have adapted a three-tier system. Three-tier means at rural level. At rural level, we have 3 levels. Like for villages, we have village panchayat. Block level, we call it as mandal level or intermediary level. We have mandal parishad. And for district, we have zilla parishad. And at each level, be it village panchayat or mandal parishad or zilla parishad, some seats are reserved for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and women. Scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and women, they have got reservations from particular village or particular mandal. Okay, only a person from scheduled caste or scheduled tribe or a woman can contest for the elections. And the elections are held every 5 years. So the duration of panchayat, mandal parishad or zilla parishad, it is 5 years. And what are the powers and functions of panchayats? Panchayats, they have got, power to make laws on 29 items mentioned in the 11th schedule of the Constitution. I told you, through this act, through the 73rd Amendment Act, 11th schedule was added to the Constitution, and Panchayat has got powers to make laws on the items which are mentioned in the 11th schedule. That means, street lights, birth and death, registration, all that is done at the each level. Now coming to your 74th Amendment Act. Okay, 74th Amendment Act, it gave constitutional status to urban local government. When we say urban, that is cities and towns. At urban local government, it has got constitutional status through the 74th Amendment. It was the 74th Amendment done to the Constitution in 1992. So, what are the main provisions of 74th Amendment Act? The 74th Amendment Act, it deals with constitution of municipalities, how the municipalities will be formed. Okay, so here we have 3 kinds of urban local government. How we have at rural local government, we have 3 levels: village, mandal, then zilla. Similarly, for urban also, we have 3 kinds of local governments. First is Nagar Panchayat. So what is this Nagar Panchayat? Nagar Panchayat is for the areas which are in transition. In transition means they are converting from rural to urban. They are transforming into, urban from rural. From rural to urban, they are transforming. So that is Nagar Panchayat for such areas where the rural area is transforming into urban area. It is neither rural nor urban. For such areas, we have Nagar Panchayat. For whom we have Nagar Panchayat? Nagar Panchayat is for the areas which are in transition from rural to urban. Then we have municipalities. Now these municipalities, they are for small cities. Okay, they are for small cities. And municipal corporations are for big cities. Municipal corporations are for big cities. So let us see how municipalities are formed. The members of municipalities, they are directly elected by the people. Here, when we are saying municipalities, we are taking into consideration all the 3 local urban governments. Okay, so the people are electing the members of municipalities. They are elected by the members of respective houses. Okay, then there is reservation of seats. Seats are again reserved for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and women. Scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and women. They can contest for the elections for the seats reserved for them. Again, the duration is 5 years. The duration of municipalities is 5 years. And it has power to make laws on 18 items listed in the 12th schedule of the Constitution. So 74th Amendment Act, it added 12th schedule to the Constitution. Okay. Next is State Finance Commission will review the financial position of the urban local bodies, and State Election Commission will conduct the election for the urban local bodies. Even for rural local bodies, elections are conducted by State Election Commission, and State Finance Commission will review the functions of the rural bodies, financial position of the rural local bodies. Now, District Planning Committee, it will consolidate all the plans prepared by the panchayats and the urban bodies in the districts for the development. For the development of a district, the District Planning Committee will collect the plans made by the panchayat and the urban bodies, and it will plan for the development of the district. So what is the difference between these two answers? If you see, both the answers are similar to each other. If you are making small changes, you can easily learn 2 answers at a time, or I can say 3 answers at a time. Okay, just minor changes. I'll show you how. See, we'll do in this only. The 74th Amendment gave constitutional status to urban local bodies. Then what about 73rd? 73rd gave constitutional status to rural local bodies. Okay, am I clear? So this was 73rd Amendment Act for urban local bodies, and 73rd Amendment Act for rural local bodies, and 74th for urban. So 74th Amendment Act 1992, it is for urban local bodies, and 73rd Amendment Act 1992 was for rural local bodies. So this 73rd Amendment Act added 11th schedule, okay, to the Constitution. Whereas 74th Amendment Act added 12th schedule. Okay, if you just see the differences, you are just making small changes to it. 73rd added 11th schedule, 74th added 12th schedule. 73rd is for rural government, 74th is for urban government. Now, if you see the constitution of panchayats, we have 3-tier system. Okay, here also we have 3 kinds of urban bodies. Nagar Panchayat, municipalities, and municipal corporation. There we have Panchayat, and we have Mandal Parishad, then we have Zilla Parishad. Okay. I hope you are able to understand. Small changes, you can learn 2 answers at a time. Okay, I hope it is clear till here. Then coming to the reservation of seats. Reservation of seats. Seats are reserved for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and women. Same point you can write as it is. Then coming for the duration. Here, duration of municipalities, duration of panchayat for the other answer. Duration of panchayat is 5 years. Duration of municipalities is also 5 years. Just small change. Then powers and functions. It has power on 18 items. 74th Amendment Act, urban government gets power to make laws on 18 items in 12th schedule, whereas rural government, it has powers on 29 items under 11th schedule. Under 11th schedule. Then same you can write. State Finance Commission is responsible for reviewing the financial situation or condition of the rural local government. Same. Just make a small change. State Election Commission will conduct the elections for rural local government. It conducts the elections for urban local government also. And this 8th point, you need not write for 73rd Amendment Act. District Planning Committee, it will consolidate the plans prepared by the Panchayat and the urban bodies. So if you are perfect in one, you can write the other answer. Similarly, the next one, Telangana Panchayat Raj Act 2018. After the formation of Telangana Panchayat Raj Act was passed by Telangana government in 2018. So what are the main features of Telangana Panchayat Raj Act? If you see, it is similar to your 73rd Amendment. 73rd Amendment, it deals with Panchayat Raj institutions. So if you see the first point, we have 3-tier system. Gram Panchayat at village level, Mandal Parishad at Mandal level, Zilla Parishad at district level. It has 3-tier system. Then there is reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and backward classes and women. Duration of Panchayat is 5 years and it has power to make laws on the 29 items mentioned in the 11th schedule of the Constitution. State Election Commission will make the arrangements for the elections and Finance Commission will review the financial position. Same, your 73rd Amendment Act is your Telangana Panchayat Raj Act. Same answer. Okay, except that first point, that is Gram Panchayat or Gram Sabha. The first point was Gram Sabha, except that one point, you can write the answer as it is. Okay, say you have, except this one, from second point, you can start writing your Telangana Panchayat Raj Act. So if you are learning one answer perfectly, making minor changes, you can learn other two. It is very easy and you will get one question. Mostly it is 73rd Amendment Act which is asked. Okay. Now coming to very short answers. The first one is Gram Panchayat. So what is Gram Panchayat? Gram Panchayat, it works at village level. Who is the head of Gram Panchayat? It is the Sarpanch. It is the Sarpanch who conducts the meetings of Gram Panchayat. And how are the members elected? The members of Gram Panchayat are directly elected by the people. Okay, what are the main functions of Panchayat? Providing drinking water, electricity, street lights, maintaining birth and death records. All this of a village has to be, taken care by the Gram Panchayat, headed by the Sarpanch. Then what is Gram Sabha? What is the difference between Gram Panchayat and Gram Sabha? Every Gram Panchayat has a Gram Sabha. Every Gram Panchayat will have Gram Sabha. It consists of all the registered voters of the village. Okay, it is the, if you see the composition of Gram Sabha, all the voters of the village are the members of Gram Sabha. They meet 3 times in a year. And the meetings of Gram Sabha is presided by the Sarpanch. And it will approve all the administrative and audit reports of the Gram Panchayat. So this Gram Sabha is another most repeated question for 2 marks. Another most repeated question. Next, coming to the next question, Sarpanch. Who is the Sarpanch? He is the political head of Gram Panchayat. He conducts the meetings of Panchayat as well as the Gram Sabha. He is directly elected by the people of the village. And he is responsible for implementing all the resolutions of Gram Panchayat as well as Gram Sabha. It is his responsibility. It is the responsibility of Sarpanch to implement all the resolutions passed by Gram Panchayat and Gram Sabha. That was related to your rural local government. Let us now see the urban political heads. So first is mayor. Who is the mayor? Mayor is the political head of municipal corporation. Urban cities, big cities will have municipal corporation, and the head of the municipal corporation is mayor. And how is he elected? He is elected by the members of the municipal corporation. The members of the municipal corporation will elect the mayor. He presides over the meetings of municipal corporation, and he is responsible for implementation of the works of the municipal corporation. A progress of any municipal area, municipal corporation area, depends upon the mayor. Okay, it depends on the mayor. A municipal corporation, that area will develop if the mayor is active and if he takes initiatives. Like how a village develops, it is because of the involvement of the Sarpanch. So the role of Sarpanch at village level is similar to the role of mayor for municipal corporation. Next is Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. So the government of India, it has constituted a committee headed by Balwant Rai Mehta in 1957. Why they have constituted this committee? For democratic decentralization, for division of powers at different levels. So this committee, it recommended 3-tier Panchayat Raj system and providing sufficient, adequate finances to them. So it was Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan. These 2 states, they have started Panchayat Raj system on the recommendations of Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. On the recommendations of Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, Andhra Pradesh and the Rajasthan are the 2 states who have started this 3-tier Panchayat Raj system. So I'll conclude my session here. We'll continue with VSAQs of this chapter tomorrow. Okay, it's a very simple, easy chapter. If you are learning one question, one SAQ, you will be able to write other 2 SAQs. You need not, by heart this. Just try to, find the differences between the answers. It will be very easy. Civics is easy to learn. Thank you very much.